All right, joining me right now is a rock star, a baseball rock star, the one and only Larry Dierker. Thank you so much for sitting down to talk to me. Now, you were a steel worker. You listened to me on the radio all those years
Indeed,
ago.
all those years. Yeah, my hair was down to here. I was pitching. I was coming in from the dugout, and people were yelling from behind the dugout, "Get a haircut, Dierker!"
Now, you were so young when you started. You were, what, 17 years old
18.
when the 17, 18 when the Colt 45s drafted you. You were 18 when you struck out Willie Mays, right?
My 18th birthday.
Wow, there's a great...
Downhill from there. How could you go up from there?
Now, I went off to college when I was 17, got into radio when I was 18. What do you think about a lot of these players now that are skipping college altogether and going on to play, whether it's football or baseball or whatever?
Well, you know, in basketball, they usually scout them pretty well. Most of the guys who've come from high school to the NBA have done well. And in football, they usually have to play some football in college. I don't know. Baseball is a trickier game. Basketball and football, if you have size and speed and you're athletic, you can learn to be an extremely good player, maybe even a professional player in just a few years. Baseball, Michael Jordan couldn't do it. I mean, you almost have to start in Little League. And then if you have a lot of ability, you can make it. But you don't necessarily have to be real big and strong.
Now, you've gone on to be, you were extremely successful in baseball. You've gone on to be successful as a speaker. You're a speaker for corporate events and
Writer.
Motivational writer. You got a couple of books out there. Another book may be coming soon. What is your key to success? What would you say are the one or two things that have really made you successful?
I would say probably in terms of the things I've done, the lack of fear. I'm willing to try just about anything if I think I can do it. And also, I like to show off. You know, most people wouldn't say that about themselves, but I can look back at my life even when I was a child and say I always wanted to come up and tell the neighbor lady some poem that I memorized or sing a song for somebody. You know, I've always wanted to be on stage until I got involved in writing a play, and then I learned that I didn't belong on that stage.
What have you learned from your mistakes?
Well, I would say most of the time when I make a mistake, I'm not dealing from the heart. I'm dealing from the mind. Your mind can trick you sometimes.
And speaking of dealing from the heart, I think it's important also that people know how involved you are with Literacy Advance of Houston, not only as a spokesperson, a great golf tournament coming up, and I'll have some details on that at the end of this. But you're also one of their most involved volunteers. You're not just a figurehead, you're actually a volunteer.
The great thing about Literacy Advance is that any of us can be teachers. The people that come in, you know, are on a kindergarten level. Sometimes they speak foreign languages and they're educated and they come along real fast. Other times they're older people that speak English, and if they were walking around town, you wouldn't even know they were illiterate, but they can't read and write. And, you know, at some point they realize how marginalized they are. And so we work with them, and it's free. And we give them the tools that they can use to improve their lives. And because you can do it hands-on, you know, usually when I go to a charity event, it's because they want to announce that I'm there or advertise that I'm going to be there. And that's fine, but you're not really doing anything except showing up. When you work at Literacy Advance, you know, you're very likely taking someone off welfare and putting them to work, or taking somebody that may have ended up in prison and getting them a decent job from which they can grow and have family, kids, and be useful members of the community. So, I mean, it's extremely gratifying to be able to do that yourself.
Okay, give me some final words. Anything else you want to add?
Anything else I want to add? Well, that's one of the hardest questions there is.
It is.
Is that a hard one for you?
It is, but you know what I always tell people when I'm training companies in media training? when a reporter says, is there anything else you'd like to add? It's your chance to say one of your key messages or anything you want to get across. You love something about baseball, hire me as a speaker, read my book, or...
Did not read my lips.
There you go.
You don't say that.
No, I don't say that.
Usually I say da chichi, baby.